Magic Arena has made some changes to the way that the Mastery Pass works. Now, unfortunately, those changes result in a reduced value for the same price. Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles. We are here today on the glorious release day of Theros Beyond Death on Arena. I'm super stoked. I'm going to be diving into some sealed events. I don't know if the lack of having a proper GPU is going to make it so that I can't stream the stuff, but either way, even if I can't stream it, I'm definitely going to be enjoying it myself. Now, since this is the first day of the set and they've made some changes to the Mastery Pass, I've made previous videos where I gave the Mastery Pass a thumbs up. I said, okay, you know what? This seems like a reasonable product. So what I want to do is I want to evaluate the new version of the Mastery Pass and give you guys an updated either approval, disapproval, or somewhere in the middle, right? Now, I know some of you may be confused because you're like, wait, I thought you said you weren't going to do negative videos anymore. I don't consider consumer awareness videos where it's essentially like, here are just the straight facts and my opinion on whether you should get it. I don't consider that to be a negative video. I consider ones where I would just rail, oh my God, these idiots, blah, blah, blah. That kind of thing is what I don't do anymore. But I do feel like it's important to have somebody who breaks this stuff down and brings it forward to the people. And in that regard, some of the information I'm using is not information gathered by myself. It is gathered by a Reddit user, and I will credit him when we get to the part of the video that has his information loaded into it, all right? So we're gonna start out by taking a look at the Mastery Pass, just so everybody's on the same page, because new people come to Magic all the time, may not be 100% sure of what the Mastery Pass is, and I do actually have viewers who don't really play Magic. They just like to come and listen to my soothing, sweet voice as I yell at my camera. So, Theros Mastery Pass is on the screen right now. You can see that there are two different tracks. You've got the upper and the lower track. Now, the upper track is available to all players without purchase. If you have an Arena account, you will get these rewards. And essentially what it breaks down to is every second level up to a certain point will give you a booster pack, and then there will be 5 of these glowing orbs. You can see in slot number 9, there's 5 of these orbs, and those orbs can be redeemed for card styles, which are just fancy boy artwork versions of particular cards, right? So that's what that is. Now below it, you can see what you get when you have the Mastery Pass. The Mastery Pass is something you have to purchase from Wizards of the Coast. Now you buy it with gems. So you can either build up gems in-game, or you can spend $20 US to get enough gems to pay for the Mastery Pass. So this is essentially a $20 purchase. Now right away, when you purchase it, you do get the Elspeth avatar, you get special sleeves, and you get that amazing looking little mechanical owl pet, which I'm pretty stoked about. Honestly, the first pet they came up with, the cat pet, I was like, meh, I don't really care that much. But then when they came along with the fox, I was like, oh, he's cute. And I saw the mechanical owl. I was like, this looks like it's going to be my favorite pet so far. So when you take a look, you can see there's a big difference between these two paths. The regular Mastery Path, where you haven't purchased the pass, so confusing, Mastery Path, pass. I always feel like I'm going to mess the words up. But anyways, when you have the regular version, all you're doing is getting packs from the new set. The Mastery Pass just essentially adds spice to it. You can see in the first 10 levels, we're looking at a scenario where you're going to get a Guilds of Ravnica pack, you're going to get a 2020 pack. The little card looking things with the shimmery stars on them, those are card styles selected for specific cards, so we'll just give you an upgraded graphical version of those. To me, in all honesty, the styles are the least relevant part of the Mastery Pass, which actually kind of sucks because they're such a prevalent part of the Mastery Pass. And I'm going to go over the contents. I'm going to let you know everything you get with the Mastery Pass to make sure you have all the information to make an informed decision. So you get the Elspeth avatar, the Elspeth nightmare sleeve, and the Nixian owl. You get 20 booster packs, 4 Guilds of Ravnica, 5 Ravnica Allegiance, 4 War of the Spark, 4 M20, and 4 Eldraine. Wait a minute, that doesn't add up to 20. Why did this must be a typo? It says this on the website. It says 5 Ravnica Allegiance, but when you've got 5 different options here, it's going to be 4. So it's actually 4 packs each of Guilds of Ravnica, Ravnica Allegiance, War of the Spark, M20, and Eldraine. So 20 extra booster packs in total. Now you're getting 1,800 gems. Now that's the first departure that we have from before. What we get before is 2,000 gems, okay? So we're already seeing that they're taking the gem amount down by a full 10%, 200 gems. Then we move on to the gold. You get 4,000 gold. Now, according to the calculations that were put together by the Reddit user Rip Battleforge, you would actually get 10,000 gold from the previous Mastery Pass. So that is actually a decrease of 6,000 gold, okay? So we're looking at 200 fewer gems, 6,000 less gold. Now it comes with 25 card styles and 25 Theros Mastery Orbs, which each are redeemed for card styles on the set mastery tree. It's kind of funny because on the website it says 25 Theros Mastery Orbs. Each can be redeemed for card styles on the set mastery tree. It's really just boils down to they're going to give you 50 styles, but they break it up in this weird way where they go, okay, we're going to give you particular styles, but we're also going to have a mastery tree where you just enter in the orbs yourself and they get redeemed for styles. And yes, you do have a little bit of an ability to choose because you can be like, well, I'm going to start the mastery tree kind of over here. But at the end of it, if you complete the mastery pass, let's be real, you're getting the exact styles they have chosen. And there is literally no difference to if they had just if every mastery orb just had a card style there instead, then it would be equivalent, right? But they don't want to do that because if you saw it was 50 card styles, you would go, well, I'm paying a lot here for card styles. There are 10 mythic rare ICRs, so those are individual card rewards. So randomly throughout the pass, you will get 10 different mythic cards from anything that's available in standard. As far as I understand, they don't include historic cards when it comes to these sort of things. Now that may not be 100% because they haven't listed any of that information. And then once you get to the end of the Mastery Pass, then you also get the Ashiok Exquisite sleeve. So you'll end up getting 2 sleeves from this pass. And then once you go beyond the end of the pass, you can still get like individual uncommon rewards. Now there is one extra thing that was not included in the previous Mastery Pass. So you do need to be aware of this because it is significant and it will weight how we value these, right? And that is 1 ranked draft token, which can be redeemed for an entry into 1 ranked draft. Now, I don't know if this is limited to specifically only being usable with the Theros Beyond Death ranked drafts, or if this is any ranked draft. But either way, this is basically free entry into a draft event. Not the 2 out of 3 draft events, but the best of 1 draft events that are used in ranked. It's interesting that Arena has traditional draft and ranked draft, and it makes it sound like ranked draft is the more competitive and intense one, but it's actually the other way around. Traditional draft is actually the bigger, beefier, more expensive to get into, bigger rewards and more challenging, and ranked draft is more simple, faster, and cheaper. So the ranked draft costs either 750 gems or 5,000 gold to enter into the event. So that is that's what this token is the equivalent of. It's the equivalent of either 750 gems or 5,000 gold. However, it is locked into that ranked draft. So as I mentioned, we do have the Reddit user who goes by the name of Rip Battleforge. They made this little chart here. I will link this Reddit post in the description of the video if you wish to check it out yourself, if you want to know where this is all coming from and look into it more yourself. However, looking over everything, it does seem to be accurate to me. Now, bear in mind, when you look at this post originally, the poster was not aware of the fact that there was a ranked draft token. So the post will actually say that the Mastery Pass has been reduced by 30% in terms of what you get, but the final math actually breaks down to essentially a 10% decrease, roughly, if you just round up a little bit. So the chart that we have here shows the difference between the Eldraine Mastery Pass and the Theros Beyond Death Mastery Pass. You can see the price is 3,400 gems for both of them. The amount of gems that you get is 2,000 from the Eldraine Pass and 2,550 from the Theros Beyond. But keep in mind, that's not actually the amount of gems you're getting. That is him lumping in the ranked draft as being worth 750 gems and combining that with the 1,800 gems that you normally get. I hope I'm not presenting this in a way that is in any way confusing. In all honesty, as I go through this, I do recognize that the way that Wizards of the Coast does things is structured to intentionally make things confusing. They do this to us on purpose. When it comes to buying things from the store, stuff like that, you'll notice that there are very few items that have an equivalent to the amount of gems. Like, you want this item? Well, you need this many gems, but we sell them in these weird kind of chunks. Instead of the amount that you use, we'll sell you either not quite enough or a bit too much. It's a psychological trick that a lot of mobile games use. So I apologize if the way I'm presenting this is confusing at all. I just want to make sure you have accurate information to make your decision. So when you look at this chart, understand that the 2,550 gems equals you getting 1,800 gems that you can do what you want with, and a token that is the equivalent of 750 gems. So you can view this either way. You can either view this as adding 750 gems, or you could view this as adding 5,000 gold. So during the creation of his chart, he decided to be a little more generous and value it at gems, which are the more valuable commodity, because gems are in-game currency that, like, the gold is the lesser currency, right? There's only so much you can do with gold. Gems can get you anything in arena, essentially. Like, they don't lock much of anything to gold at all. Maybe once in a blue moon they do a style you can only buy with gold, but basically how it works is gems are the real deal. That's what you buy in the store with your real money. So him adding it into the gems category, I feel, is a little bit more generous. So then when you move to the gold category, you can see the drop from 10,000 to 4,000. So that's 6,000 gold that we've lost here. So regardless of how you value this thing, you will see that overall you've lost 6,000 gold to get a 5,000 gold draft is not good. If you go 1,800 gems and 9,000 gold, that's how I look at it, honestly. When I look at it, I go gems 2,000 from Eldraine, Theros Beyond Death 1,800, gold 10,000, and then gold 9,000. So we're looking at a reduction of 1,000 gold and a reduction of 200 gems. And the reason that I look at it this way is because gems, like, there was no chance for you to get those extra gems. There was no way you were going to actually get 2,550 gems. Those gems are locked in to the ranked token purchase for the 750. You're being forced to spend those gems on a draft entry, which to me makes it more equivalent to the gold, because there's only so many things you can do with gold. And the opportunity loss with gems, because they can buy anything with the game, it doesn't feel the same to me to put them in the gems category, but that's a minor nitpick. Basically, overall, how you want to view this is you want to view this as a scenario where you're getting 200 less gems and you're getting 1,000 less gold from this overall, it is a considerable decrease. It does roughly equal about 10% decrease over previous mastery passes. So for me, how I look at it now is, will I be getting this mastery pass? And the answer is yes. Before, I fell into the category more of, if you want to buy it, cool. If you want to spend gems that you've earned in-game on it, cool. Now, as they decrease the value, I feel like the better thing to do is to build up gems through playing in events like drafts and such, and then use those to pay for it, instead of actually going ahead and handing over $20 when the season starts to give them money. Because I don't know exactly how they correlate, like, things underneath, but they have access to the information, so they can see if you've just gone and spent $20 and then turned around right away and spent that $20 on a mastery pass, or if you've accrued up the gems and bought it that way. So I figure the fewer people who are rewarding them by purchasing it outright and giving them money means they'll be less likely to continue to make these sort of reductions. So my advice is, it's perfectly fine still to get the mastery pass, but pay for it with in-game gems you've built up instead of gems that you've purchased. At the end of the day, make your own decision, but that's currently how I feel. While I'm disappointed that they're doing this pullback and locking away, like, I like the idea better where you had more gold, because if you're somebody who doesn't like drafts, you can use those gold to just buy packs. Just because I think drafting is the best way to build a collection doesn't mean that you should be forced to spend your gold on draft. So you could spend that gold on drafts or getting into, like, other events. I mean, they're sitting there now and they're going, okay, Brawl-A-Days is going to be an ongoing thing where we essentially are forcing you to pay a subscription fee to play one of these formats. And then they're turning around and going, okay, it'll be 10,000 gold to play in Brawl-A-Days. Well, we don't want to give you that much gold inside of mastery passes, because what if you spent more of that on these events? You know, like, it just feels like it's a way to go, we're giving you as much value, but I'm sorry, a draft token does not exactly equal 750 gems and does not exactly equal 5,000 gold because you have more autonomy with those. You get to make the decision on how you're going to spend those. If you're someone who likes to play in constructed events, that's 10 entries into constructed events with 5,000 gold. And now it's been converted into one draft you have to play in, because if you don't play in the draft, you're not going to get your value to the token. Like, you're going to play in it at the very least just to open the packs, right? So for me, it's a make up your own mind with all the information available. I don't think it's wise to reward them with money for this particular mastery pass. So let me know your guys' thoughts. I just wanted to get the information out there. I think it's important that there be advocates for the Magic community when it comes to product pricing, things of that nature. I don't think there's quite enough of that in terms of videos and things like that. There's a lot of awesome Reddit posts and other useful information though. Big shout out to Rip Battleforge for compiling the information. That definitely made it easier for me to do my comparison, so I appreciate that. I also appreciate all of you for coming by and hanging out with me. I have a wondrous time doing what I'm doing here, so thanks for being a part of it. Big shout out to all my patrons and channel members. Thank you for supporting my channel. Getting to do this full time makes me a very happy man. So to all of you, I say, I shall see you probably later today with a second video. And remember, together we are the sixth color of magic.